Nigel, one you faced yesterday, Liam Ridwell, what will he bring to the club?
Vast amount of experience. I think you just got to look at his record. He's played in the Premier League, he's captained clubs in the Premier League, big football clubs as well. And he's won trophies, he's got promoted out of this division. As you just said there, a wealth of experience. He's just been out in America, won trophies out in America, got to cup finals. So we're really pleased. It was a shot to nothing, if you like, from that point of view, where it was just he's available to come and have a look for training. He came in on Monday and obviously just settled in. Tuesday did really well. We had a game on Thursday, training game. It was good. So obviously you're always going to be concerned about where are your levels of fitness. So just having a look at him, you can see straight away the way he talks, the way he organises. Very good in possession of the football. So for me, it was a very simple decision to get him on board between now and the rest of the season. So delighted. Good character, good attitude, good wealth of experience. And like we said when we had Tommy Elphick to help the young centre-halves that we've got, who I think are going to be really good for us at this football club, to help them progress as well. So that was a good situation I thought we could go and do, and we've gone and done it.
How's his fitness?
Well, as I say, I was really pleased. I think he was surprised himself. Obviously, he played in December, out in the cup final, out in the final game up in America. So it's kind of like you have that little bit of a period off. He's a naturally fit guy. You know, he looks in good shape. So it's probably just that bit of sharpness you go and need when you've got in there. But I was really pleased. As I said, we had a game the other day, and he looked good from that point of view. Obviously, I've got to make a decision whether it's probably too early to say start him on Saturday. But I'd like to think that we can. It's not as if we're going to be waiting weeks and weeks for him to be up to the level that we need him to get him up to, which is pleasing.
Reflections on deadline day. You suggested last week you'd ideally like 2 or 3, and you ended up with 1. Were you satisfied?
I said at the start of the transfer window we're probably looking to get 2 or 3 in. So obviously with Mark Pugh coming in, vast experience, promoted from this division. I'm really pleased with him as a side and as a character. You can see that. And again, when we talk about bringing Liam in, you know, vastly experienced and being promoted from this division. So both players with experience and the quality you want, and good people. We've got good people at this football club, so that adds to the strength that we've got, which is important. We were actively working to bring another centre-half in yesterday, and if anything, we tried to get another forward as well. But these things sometimes don't materialise. But I think if we brought a forward in, maybe Newer might have moved out. Let's be perfectly honest about that. But that hasn't happened, and we're really happy with Newer. So I've got 3 mainline strikers, players in the 10, we've got 4 wide players. We've got good options. We look a massive attacking threat. And I think if we hadn't lost the 3 centre-halves last week, then you'd probably turn around and say, well, do you know what, we're strong at this moment in time. And that was with bringing Liam in. As it is, we obviously had a little situation from the centre-half point of view. They won't be long, but obviously we have done, and we are still looking to bring another centre-half in to bolster that position. What I didn't want to go and do, I'll be honest with you, we thought we had some good players lined up to come in. They broke down for several reasons. I'm sure you'll hear about loads of different reasons across the board at all clubs why deals break down. Not monetary. So from our point of view, it's we're still actively looking to bring one in, which could happen. But for me, instead of going and bringing a young kid from who hasn't played in the Football League, from a Premier League club, we've got our own. I'd rather use our own. I think that's important. And you look at the opportunity of Robbie McKenzie playing just at this moment in time, great. We've got young Lewis Ritson, we've got high hopes for. Adam Curry's actually gone and played for us this season as well. So I'd rather give the opportunity to our players instead of maybe an 18-year-old from a different football club who's not played in the league. So that's a rationale on that, and I think it's a sensible one to go and do. But we have been looking to bring another centre-half in to bolster the group. That didn't materialise, but it's not to say that something might not happen, because there are still players available, and there's one that we've been talking to who is a free agent.
There's scope for a free agent, is there, to bring one in?
Yeah, because that can still happen.
Just money on the budget.
There's nothing to do with budget.
And when would you expect to do that?
Well, we'll just say obviously players have got decisions that they've got to go and make as well. You know, that's why they're free agents sometimes, and they look for the best deal for themselves as well.
If you'd have looked at this squad back in January the 1st, would you have taken it?
Do you know when we were bottom of the league in October and the club was going to get sold and everyone was expecting every player to get sold, and then you look now on the 1st of February and you're 6 points off the playoffs, the whole squad has been kept together on the great run that they've been on. I think everyone would be, and we've added 2 vastly experienced players to the group. I think everyone would have been really happy with that.
This squad capable of kicking on then in your mind?
Well, you've just seen, I don't know if there's a form table knocking about somewhere. We were top of that in the 10 games we played. We've demonstrated, you know. Now, yes, we've just got the little situation with the couple of injuries we just picked up, which all clubs have. But we've shown the threat that we've got. We've gone to, you know, we've played all the teams, so we shouldn't be fearful of anything. And we're in, the spirits are really high, and we need to keep that positivity going. And because at the end of the day, this is us, you know. So obviously loads of speculation going into the transfer window. It's like Brexit, isn't it? The speculation, what's going to happen, this, that and the other. Well, you need a deal. Once the deal's done, well, at least we know where we are. Well, we know where we are. We've got this group of guys who are all spirited. We had a training game yesterday, spot on. You know, there was loads of speculation about Camille, for example. He came and he trained brilliantly yesterday. You know, so we've got a good spirit. I think the lads realise there's something special going on amongst them. They're working really, really hard. As I said, we've been in real good form. It was a, you know, challenging little game last week. The first half, second half was different, but the first half we conceded 2 goals, so the game's gone against us. But when you look at the long period of games we've had, we've done really, really well, and we've got to keep that going. So we've got to have the belief, and we've got to have the confidence. We've got a spirit, we've got a team. Everyone was expecting us to lose players. We haven't. You know, the club's put a statement out at the start of January, no one's going. Yes, there was people who inquired about our players. None have gone, which is great. We have actively tried to bring some players in. I think everyone would understand that sometimes it's easier said than done. But we have actively looked to improve the group, and I'm really pleased with the 2 ones that have come in so far.
Does retaining your star men then outweigh any disappointment that you might have had in not doing the deals you wanted to do?
I think as you say, you've got to weigh it all up. We're delighted that we've kept the group of players together. I think you know, that's the positive side of it you've got to look at. You know, we've got a group of players who work extremely hard. We've got a team, individual egos put to one side. We've got a team ethos. Together everyone achieves more. And the whole group, you know, we've kept them together, which is great. We've added 2 experienced players. You know, we've talked about we've got a young group of players, but we've added 2 experienced players who are fit and add a wealth of talent, especially getting out of this division. So it's going to help our younger players, because again, I want there to be a pathway for the younger players, and you can't have enough good role models knocking about to keep developing those players in what we want. So the culture's good here. We've got good staff, we've got good people, and now we know that we've got 17 games of the season left to go before the playoff situation kicks in, but 17 domestic games to go. And we're in the race. It's a tall order, we all know that, but we're in the race. We've got a spirit, we've got a team, we've got goals within the team. As you just said there, the players that have been in rich form, highly suited by other clubs, we've kept. So we should feel confident, we should feel positive. And if everybody grabs an oar, everyone comes together, it can take us a hell of a long way.
Was there any serious offers in those players you just mentioned?
Other clubs wanted to sign our players, and we've kept them, which is great. So sometimes it's, you know, that's like getting new signings. And likewise, we've got Jackson Irvine come back from having been away for a month with Australia. So that's like a new signing at times, isn't it?
On the injury front, Jordi Device and Reece Burke, no chance for the weekend or any chance?
They won't play at the weekend. Jordi, Reece, Andre are out for the weekend, which I think we all knew from last week. We talked about it. We'll see how we go for the Derby game, but we're all focused. I know what the team's going to be for tomorrow. We've done some real good work on the training ground, which I'm pleased about. We know the threats of Stoke City. You know, they've gone and they just brought Vokes in now, you know, from that point of view. So Vokes and Afobe as a front 2 are going to be a handful for any defensive partnership in this league. So we know that. But we know that we've got threats that we can give any team. That's why we're really pleased to be captain. We can give any team problems with the threats that we've got. But we do understand that Saturday's game against Stoke City, coming down from the Premier League, have the financial power to go and do the business they've gone and done, but the players that they already had, they've changed the manager. It's going to be a tough ask. We know that, but we've got a team that are all having a right good go for each other, which has been demonstrated. We've got a spirit. We're at home. You look at the last performance we had at home. We beat Sheffield Wednesday 3-0. I thought we were exceptional that day from start to finish. Before that, we beat Bolton 6-0. Before that, we beat Brentford 2-0. Before that, great characteristic game where we beat Swansea City 3-2. And the feel-good factor amongst the stadium has been great. And we want that to continue. And we need that to continue. And we need that togetherness, because we're going to be pushed to the challenge we got against Stoke City is a real tough one. But we've got to embrace it. And we've got to take it head on. And we've got a spirit. And we've got good players. And we've got a team. And we've got a fan base that want to get right behind the team that can take us a long way. So it should be a great game.
You would hope Device and Burke were back for Derby, would you?
They've got a chance. Yeah.
Is Mazuk the same, or is he more long-term?
Andre's probably more likely the Brentford game.
Right.
He'll be fit for that one. So obviously after we play Derby and Rotherham close together, and obviously we've got a 10-day break then because with Millwall winning in the FA Cup, there's a 10-day break then for Brentford. So I would suggest that all the players will be fit for Brentford, including John Terrell as well. So we've got to, if you like, navigate through the 3 games with maybe the injuries, but every club has injuries, and that's why you have a squad of players. And when something happens, opportunities arise for other people. And as I said, I've just highlighted it. Isn't it great that Robbie McKenzie, who's been at this football club since 10 years of age, he's had a couple of games in the Championship already. It's his opportunity to keep flourishing, and we're delighted with Robbie.
Robbie starts tomorrow, will he?
Well, I haven't named the team yet, but I'm just talking about Robbie McKenzie. Out of adversity comes strength, and opportunities are surrounded all the time. And I'm really pleased that there's a pathway for our youngsters. We've already played Brandon Fleming away at Millwall in the Championship. We've got Max Sheaf, we've got Lewis Ritson, we've got Adam Curry, we've had Keane Lewis Potter. There's a pathway for the youngsters, and it's important that we allow there to be a pathway for the youngsters. So instead of maybe developing somebody else's player, we want to develop our own. And we've got to be supportive. Local lads coming through, we'll be supportive of them. They'll learn lessons, they'll grow, and they'll get better. And the long-term future of the club becomes better for that.
What are your options at centre-half tomorrow?
I've got loads. Yeah. I've got loads. I mean, you look at the second half, for example, the second half against Blackburn, where I think they've only had one opportunity. When you analyse the game back and you watch it back, where Robbie and Eric, for example, played centre-half. So defensively, we were solid on that one. First half, we had a little bit of an issue. Second half, we didn't. Obviously, from that point of view, Marcus Hendrickson's played centre-half. Kevin Stewart's played centre-half. We could play 3 at the back. We could play 5 at the back. We could play 10 at the back. Whoever you play is going to have the hands cut out with a Phobie and Vokes up front. Yeah. That's fair to say. We've got Device and Burke. They're going to have their hands cut out. I've got Liam Ridwell can play in there. So as I said, it might be just that little bit a game too early, a few days too early in the grand scheme of things. But that's not to say that I couldn't do that. I've got a decision to make.
Jackson Irvine after a month away, is he good to go?
He looks brilliant. He's on a run of form. Obviously, they got beaten by Australia. Back in on the Monday morning, and he's trained. And as I say, we had a practice game yesterday, top draw. So he's fit. He's looking sharp, and he's raring to get back on the fold with the players and support the team, because he's a big part of it. He's a young man who's grown in strength and grown in leadership qualities that he's got. I've talked about the aerial threat of opposition. Obviously, we're bringing Jacko back to the group. It gives us that another header from a defensive and offensive point of view, and to be able to play out to. So and the energy he's got is phenomenal. So I'm really pleased that we've got Jacko back on board, and he's ready to go.
Stoke are below you in the league, but do you still see him as a top 6 rival? Can they still get
of course, listen, of course they can. They've just gone and spent a hell of a lot of money again, having already gotten a huge, a massive budget. They've changed the manager, who they've only just recently brought in, because they expect to be in the top 2, not them just pushing for the playoffs. So you look at the Championship, and we said a long time ago, there's a lot of big football clubs who are expecting to be back in the Premier League. So this is tough. So again, from my point of view, everyone expected us to get relegated. October we were bottom of the league. We're 6 points off the playoffs first day in February. We've just had the transfer window gone. We've still got the team. We've still got a group of guys who've been on an unbelievable run of form. The form guy for the last 10 games, we sit top of it. You know, we're very good at home. There's a togetherness with the supporters, which is good. There's a togetherness with the team and the players, the staff. And we should be positive about things. And we've brought two players in, two experienced quality players in the transfer window as well. So let's take the positives and get ourselves ready for the remaining 17 games. Focused, everybody just doing what they can to help the team, to help the football club, and enjoy the remaining 17 league games. And who knows if that can just take us into a little bit more of excitement at the end of the season.
That's one point for me. Last week I think you said you had a good feeling in the dressing room about the Blackburn game. How are you going to avoid the same feeling tomorrow?
Well, again, it was important that we had we always do our debrief on the Monday, so we did the debrief and we looked at the lessons learnt from the game. And listen, I've had said to the players, you know, I've had 336 games as a player, 557 games as the physio, 200 games as player manager, 500 and something odd games as managing the Football League, 10 years as a manager for Sunday League team. So I've been in dressing rooms and build up to different situations, whatever, and sometimes you just get a feeling that, don't ask me what it is, it's not one particular thing, there's a load of things that go on. Sometimes you just go, this ain't quite, you just get a feeling. So you can't put one finger on it. You know, we look at our 2-star wingers, he never touched the ball at the weekend for the first time. You got the transfer window coming this week. Was that a little factor in the course of the week? We played Blackburn, who were on the same run of form with us. We've got our mini league they were the same as us on points. So loads of different things that go in. But we got the first day of the window's done. This is us. We'll have our preparation's been good this week. The spirit amongst the players is good. And again, it was important that you always look to learn lessons from the previous game. We've got a common cause. We all want to do well for each other. And sometimes when you have a great run of form, a result that goes against you or a couple of goals you give away, you learn the lessons from that. And then there's a great video of a guy called, it's on the tightrope. It's basically Matt Willander, I think his name is. It's something like that. And basically, you just got to get back on the rope again. And you just got to keep focused, keep working on the process that we talked about. I keep talking about the performance all the time. Keep getting our KPIs right, and we just keep working on that. And we've got a great culture down here at the training ground. The players work extremely hard. They're all supportive of each other. And, you know, sometimes a result goes against you, but you still keep your work ethic right and you keep learning all the time. It's a development culture that we've got. We learnt our lessons from that game and we move on, and we're really looking forward to this next game now against Stoke.